So hello people, today I wanted to show you my hair setup in Blender for big projects like this one we made recently with 7 nights. I made everything in one day, so it's not too detailed, but it's a good example to show how I work usually. Okay, for starters, my main add-on for hair in Blender is this 3D hair brush add-on, which has bunch of templates to get you started in like most of the hairstyles. Features here where you can add modifiers like layers, layer by layer, which I like. I think you can find the same kind of tools in the default Blender as well, but like this is much better for me. I've been using it for 2 years now. Firstly, I'm making most of the hairs separate from the heads. Save this and start from scratch. So I like to start by copying my one of other hair setups, because let me show you. Default hair setup sucks because I don't know why it's giving you with this. I don't know. Like, look at this hair shape, it's 1 meter to 0 meter, so it's pretty terrible. So I go with duplicating my previous hair system or just transferring it from another one and just delete the edits, and of course delete these vertex groups and stuff like that. Disable the children. So we want longer hair. And yeah, so this is our starting point, and of course we need to do our weight painting, paint the areas we want to have the hair, then we put it here, beards. Yeah, let's have more particles for more control. The children interpolated, and we have lots of beards. Of course, we go into grooming. Oh, and this add-on's one of the best sides. I have a shortcut V. When I press, I have lots of tools here, which I think default Blender also has, most of them, but pressing V and just selecting a tool from here to go is pretty useful. So I just V comb and I start combing. If it's lagging, you can disable the children, or in tool you can lower the path steps here to have a more not accurate but smoother experience while grooming. But yeah, let's leave it at 2 for now. So yeah, then we groom, big beards, old man. Yeah, let's say we are done for the sake of it. Okay, so when I'm done with everything, what do? I go to hair modifiers, and these are from the mustache, and you get errors like this and you ignore them. By the way, probably because I didn't click this one, I'm also editing the mustache, but anyways, I don't need it. This is not the final file anyways, it's for tutorial sake. So I go to modifiers, we add a little clump, and as you can see, it's clumping the beard. If you add subdivisions, you get more small clumps. You can play with shape and everything. You can adjust how much you want it clumped. You can adjust, maybe you want half of this stuff clumped and a little more free ones. And we have noise, which is my favorite, and it breaks like this. This magnet is always high, you just leave it at like 0.01 and you go from here. So let's say 0.05, and this size is how little you want the noise to be, and this is very small noise right now. Higher you go, it's more directional noise instead of small noise. So yeah, you adjust the noise here with the magnitude, And the one thing I like to do is stacking these noises. Like you can make like a noise that affects half of the hair, then you duplicate, change your seed, make another that affects, like maybe you change other settings like these bigger endpoint noises, and maybe like bigger size noises with higher density, higher magnitude. Yeah, maybe you want it to affect to only like small portions, so you get these like flyaway kind of hairs, like you see, only very small portion of it. Of course, I went crazy, so we have these things. Uh, let's keep it a little bit, yeah, like this. So you see, you have only some parts going crazy, which is a good detail. And of course, we have length. So not every hair should be the same length, so you go cut or scale. If you go scale, you can make it bigger. Not always a good option. So you get cuts, it cuts like cut the sides. So if you make thresholds, let's see, let's half the hairs, half of the particles are now half the size. So yeah, adjust with scale as well, which is better in my opinion, because you see it doesn't destroy the noise you put. When you make cut, it's just cutting directly. So you just make scale some of the hairs smaller, or make some of them bigger. Like this you can have, you see, a bigger beard. Yeah, a very monstrous beard. Beard. And of course you always go back to your particle edit, because you need to adjust it more and more. Yeah, there's noise options here that you can noise the groom guides. Yeah, and yeah, usually this is how I go with making hair. Usually it's better if you have references. I had some references that I can put in the editing, put on the screen in the edit, and I realized that my shark is not doing anything. Yeah, my camera sucks, but yeah, anyways, it's a cool little shark. From Marvel Rivals is Jeff. This is my hair setup, and it looks complicated maybe to some people, but let me show you what most of the stuff does. So usually we only have this, right, principled hair VSDF, which you can have a decent like just hair with this one. Yeah, it's pretty good. So what we have here is, let me explain this mix shader first. Let's flag this one. So this mix shader is mixing with transparent and this color ramp, and this color ramp is getting its thing from, as you can see, roots are darker, getting from this curves info. So this intercepting is where you can get mask from root to tip. So we make roots transparent because roots look pretty bad when they are not. So yeah, that's a little good trick I learned from a YouTube video. Making roots. These roots are pretty big, by the way. That's just for showing. As you can see, yeah, roots are transparent. You make them transparent. They look like this here, but they don't look all good when they're fully transparent. So I make them slightly gray. So yeah, this mixing is all about making the roots transparent. So before this one, for this, everything else is for the color. Let me put the color stuff here. Yes. So all of these setups, this last 3 setup is using intercept as well. So these are just color mixing for the tip to root. So let's go from beginning. Yeah, let's go from the beginning. And these ones are just random. Curves info random just gives you random stuff, and you can use color ramp to pick random colors. Yeah, and then you can have hue saturation here to make some of them darker, leaving the value at 0.4 or 5, and then you just keep mixing them. Yeah, so instead of picking only one base color from Principal BSDF, you use some curves info random, curves info intercept, some random noise textures, as you can see, using lengths. You just put bunch of color ramps, bunch of random colors, random masks, and you just keep mixing them. Mix, 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 mix. As you can see, it just gets more detailed and more believable. Yeah. And at the end, you pick your color. And then here's one more mix with the noise. So you could just plug this in, but you can just get a little more dark one, since like he's an old man, he's working in, I don't know, in a cave or something. So you have some dark ones with this one. So you just plugged it into your color. So then you have this more detailed one instead of just this color maybe. Let's pick a similar one, or this one, yeah. Okay. Yeah, normally you will have, let's go darker. You have this with a simple color, but if you make all those noises, you'll get a more believable look. Maybe not rendering enough to show you, but yeah, every little detail counts, and these little details like clump up and make everything better at the end. Then we have our mix shader, of course. As you can see, it's making these parts better, especially from far. Let's check this part. You see, this is how it's with default. If you make the roots a little more transparent, it's a trick, of course, maybe not realistic, but it works. You get this. So yeah, this is the usual hair shader. Okay, yeah, so at the end, every system is using the same workflow. Same with eyedashes. You can see, oh, these are placed one by one since they are not a big hair clump. Yeah. If you want like a literally separate video for like making eyelashes, making hair, making peach fuzz differently, I can, but they are the same as other parts. Yeah. So I hope that's helpful to some people. I might show my clothing workflow next, maybe, I don't know, we will see. And yeah, this project was a pretty good one. We made the project in 3 weeks. I made the character, I don't know, in a week or so, maybe smaller. So it was good, it was fun, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think, and you can ask questions in Instagram or in Twitter or in the comments. I didn't write a script or anything. I hope this was okay. Just, yeah, let me know your thoughts. And okay, take care, bye bye, and yeah.